Pleased to welcome back to the program. It's been a while. Karen Finney is on the line with us, Senior Advisor for Communications and Political Outreach and Senior Spokesperson for Hillary for America. HillaryClinton.com is the website. You can tweet Karen at Finney K, Finneyk, or at Hillary Clinton. Karen, welcome back to the program.
Hey, Tom. Great to be with you.
So what's up?
So that happened.
Yeah, I was just going off on. I grew up in Lansing, Michigan. My dad worked in a tool and die shop. Most of my friends, their fathers worked at General Motors. This was in the 50s and 60s, and I know these people really, really well. And that speech last night frightened me, and not just because of the dystopian George Orwell animal world nature of it, but because I think that a significant majority of the people that I grew up with would watch that speech and say, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. It scares the hell out of me, Karen.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
We've got to present a strong alternative, particularly for those white, formerly, middle-class, blue-collar. I mean, these guys, we grew up with our fathers making $40 an hour, and now, these people that I know back in Michigan, they're struggling with $10 an hour at Walmart or at Home Depot. There's got to be a plan here.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. And, I'll just say, the other thing that really I thought was incredibly disappointing, but also frightening, was that really we saw that was the culmination. That's how they wanted to close out 4 days of very divisive speeches, a lot of coded rhetoric, a lot of anger and hate and us versus them kind of language, and obviously a lot of bashing of Hillary Clinton. I mean, there was more talk about Hillary and bashing her than there even was about Donald Trump. And so then to end it with that kind of speech, I mean, that's very clearly what they are offering. No ideas, no I mean, to those folks you're talking about, no ideas about how to create jobs or increase incomes, any of that. It's all based on hate, and it's all based on this idea that it's somebody else's fault.
Well, Trump says he's going to renegotiate our trade deals. This is, and I think these people are listening and they'll believe him.
Yeah, I think
because nobody has been saying that. I mean, Ross Perot was the last, person running for president who actually had the temerity to say these trade deals are going to ruin our jobs.
Well, it was sort of interesting, too. At one point he said he was talking about, he's going to make every agency within the first 100 days, cut the red tape. And I sort of thought to myself, well, Al Gore did try that, and they were successful, but it takes more than 100 days.
Yeah.
You met the bureaucracy of the United States of America. I mean, it just
and it's
on and on.
That was just a sop, I think, to the Mike Pence Republicans. Frankly, it's. So where's the Clinton campaign at right now? And are we going to have a vice presidential announcement today? And you want to make any news here?
Well, I appreciate the offer. I can tell you that we will have a vice presidential announcement soon. Can't say when, but I can also tell you that, where we are is, Hillary is, she's in Florida. She's actually about to do an event in Orlando, kind of a roundtable conversation with some of the folks from the community talking about what happened there in Florida. And as you may or may not know, I mean, she's really made gun violence a centerpiece of what she's talking about. But despite what Donald Trump would tell you, she's not trying to repeal the Second Amendment. I think she just refuses to believe that we can protect our Second Amendment rights, but also not have weapons of war on our streets, so that when people are out at a nightclub in a place where they, are having fun with their friends, are not worried about getting gunned down. And then we're going to, as we move towards the convention, it's going to be a very different 4 days, I can tell you, just in tone. And it's not to say that we don't recognize and won't acknowledge, that there are real challenges that we have to face in this country. But I think, what you're going to hear from people who are already working on some of those issues, and hear from, because, again, I think rather than assuming that Donald Trump is the only one who can solve our problems, I think Hillary believes that there are a lot of good ideas out in this country and people are working to solve problems. So let's hear those ideas as well. Let's do this together. So you'll hear that, and you'll hear big ideas about where we are and where we need to go. And obviously it'll also, part of the time will be spent, honoring President Obama and Joe Biden for the work that they've done.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to watch. It's going to be interesting to see if Donald Trump will be successful in blowing up, grabbing the news cycle every day. God forbid.
Oh, he's going to try.
Oh, I know. I know. It's amazing. Karen, you got a big job there. I wish you very well with it.
Thanks so much, Tom. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Good talking with you anytime. Karen Finney, Senior Advisor for Communications and Political Outreach and Senior Spokesperson with Hillary for America, HillaryClinton.com, Finney K, at Finney K. Thank you, Karen. We'll be back.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.